say you tell me like everything about a situation, I'm still not going to know it like you. And then you have to be smart enough to take the counsel or the knowledge and then act upon it, which is wisdom. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Warriors Mindset Podcast, where the sayings, riddles, and blunders of the wise are coming at you. Today is dealing with stress at a high level and maintaining your cool. I'm sitting here with my two co-hosts, Mr. Mitch Lilly. What's going on?
How's it going, everyone?
Yeah. Pat.
What up?
Big Daddy Patty, Chief Operating Officer of Warriors Management, and kind of newly crowned VP, right?
Oh yeah. Newly crowned VP, in charge of all the maintenance and whatnot.
Yeah, there's a bunch of shit broken, brother.
A lot of broken shit all the time,
including a butter dish.
This morning, basically since I woke up, has been kind of chaos.
Chaos.
I woke up. I was excited to cook breakfast because I had some fresh backstrap in the fridge, some little niblets, to fry up with some onions and garlic. But as I was going to just butter baste my my steak bites.
Ooh, butter based?
Yeah, of course you got to butter baste. But as I was going to butter baste, I go to pick up my stick of butter off my butter tray, and the glass plate sticks to the butter, and I lift it up, and it just falls on the ground and shatters all over, right? Like in the middle of cooking.
I broke a glass last night helping with Jets. It was bad.
Do you leave the butter on the counter?
Yes. Ugh. But I leave it on the...
No way.
The mice get it, dude.
No, you cover it.
I caught a mouse eating my butter.
No, dude,
fridge,
you gotta put butter in the little butter container,
dude,
and you leave it out because it's spreadable.
Yes, you don't want cold butter; it doesn't spread on the bread. Then it's just ripping your bread and toast apart. You want it nice and spreadable.
I have a system. I'm a butter expert. I have a system.
You're not a butter expert if you're not leaving your butter out.
I'm a butter expert.
What are you microwaving it?
I have 5 to 10 containers of butter in my fridge at all times. I am a butter expert. Butter expert, I swear.
Oh
no, you're not a butter. You're just a guy who buys butter. It doesn't make you an expert.
I actually keep it in my fridge as well because I actually got mice in my house, and they're coming today. Actually, they're there right now trying to fix it.
I was like, the mice are there right
The mice, but
yeah,
they eat the butter, so I put it in the
They
fridge.
leave you a
The
note?
problem with putting it in the fridge is if you want to put it on a biscuit right away.
Yeah, it
or
doesn't
something.
spread. I'll
even
concede
if the
that.
biscuit's hot.
No. You have to have your butter dish. And I got this awesome butter dish from Goodwill one day, and I was like, wow, this is so rare because it has the glass plate in it. And I just shattered it after like 3 years of having it. So got to go look for a new one.
Good thing
I
it
guess.
wasn't from like your grandma or something.
But it's a nice one with the silver lid. So, stuff's not going to get over it. It's not like it's open to the air. Like you cover it up.
I started to appreciate those things more.
Dude, it's really convenient. And then I have my cold sticks of butter for when I'm cooking a steak or something, and I can chop half of it off and throw it in the pan and
you do a whole half.
Yeah, here's
when you
the thing.
cook a steak, you cook a whole half butter. One steak.
Here's the thing. I have stick butter.
That's my problem.
I'll waste it. I'll pour. I love butter, dude. Come on.
Yes, stick butter.
Yep.
And then I have spread butter out
Not
of a
margarine.
tub. No.
Not margarine.
No, margarine is...
That's poison.
The spreadable butter has that in it.
No, it's Kerrygold, bro.
You mean the
it's just
you mean the butter
It's
from
cream
Exxon?
and salt.
Kerrygold is good.
Kerrygold or Kirkland. Shout out Costco. Your pizza's awesome. And your hot dogs are cheap.
Chicken bake.
Yeah, it has bacon in it though, so I can't eat it.
Oh yeah.
But no,
Well,
sticks
you
of
can't
butter
eat
for
it,
cooking.
or you won't eat it.
It was
Margarine?
No,
No,
bacon.
bacon.
It was won't. Now can't.
Bacon.
It is now can't. Otherwise, I'm in trouble. But so sticks of butter for cooking. I barely ever use olive oil or avocado oil now.
Well, I love
mostly butter.
I like avocado oil because it's high heat. You have to.
Yeah,
you have to
olive oil.
for searing the steaks in cast iron. I use avocado oil because it's high heat, 500-degree smoke point. But then to finish it with the butter based, you get it nice and golden brown.
In a different pan?
No, in the same pan.
Same pan.
You guys are cooking your steaks wrong.
You tip it up. Come over
we
to my
only
house
own
and tell me
a
that.
restaurant that
I will.
sells steaks.
Because the right way to cook a steak at home is
In the
reverse sear it, baby.
No, I think
Reverse
I think
sear
you're going
is
with the
good.
downriver and microwaving it.
Yeah.
Yeah, come over to Casa de Edwards and
Get a microwave
get a taste
ribeye.
of some
Hey.
microwave thin ribeye.
Some flank steak
It's
you
not
throw
even
in the
it's not even
microwave.
ribeye. It's just a chuck roast that I cut up into little slices.
Do you eat your meals on the TV stand too?
Oh yeah, dude. Heck yeah.
Dude, TV stands are actually pretty
I
convenient.
actually
if you're trying to
They
sit on the
are.
couch, you know.
listen.
They
I
are.
actually that is where I eat my meals most of the time because Brooke and I sit down and talk there because our dining room table is so wobbly.
Okay. I see. I was raised in a household where we sat down at the table every single night for dinner, and we had dinner as a family, which is rare, man.
Yeah, same here.
Every night.
Every single night,
Same.
without fail, unless we had like a cross country meet or some event
because
going on.
I mean, that's awesome.
That's healthy, man. That's a healthy family, and they're trying to take that away from us right now.
Yeah, however, they put you in that spot. I don't know if they're trying to take the family away, but while you're growing up, the generation, your father's generation, which is like in between my dad's and me, is have dinner at 5:30, but also with that, they also told the men to work Monday through Friday, sometimes Saturday, have weekends off, 40 hours, overtime, time and a half, and vacation, pay your taxes.
Yeah, I mean,
So therefore it enabled that.
it did. But I think it was good for my family. It's
Totally.
good for the family
That's your
unit
parents.
to be
It
able
was
to
perfect.
commune every night and just connect with one another. You know,
It's
that's
communion,
important.
man.
Yeah,
Breaking bread.
yeah, break bread on a daily basis. And I mentioned before we weren't into faith and going to church and stuff, but we communed every night, and I think that's just one of the most important things you can do in a household is just commune every night and try to touch base on, hey, what happened today? What's going on? What happened that's bad? What happened that's good? That way you can gain wisdom from your parents. And honestly, the parents can sometimes gain wisdom from the children.
Yeah.
We actually do
Proverbs.
Oh, yeah. So I was reading Proverbs last night
Because
before
it's
bed.
been chaotic.
Because it's been chaotic.
I tell you what, I don't know about Pat. Pat looks like he's been chilling all day, but my
Yeah.
fucking day.
Yeah, okay.
First
First thing I do every single morning is go out and walk in the dark.
well, I was driving here.
and then pee 20 times.
Dude, it's bad. I had to ration my water to do it later, so this didn't get interrupted.
Well, so I was reading Proverbs 1 last night, just starting from the beginning, right?
Yeah.
And 110 through like 120 really stuck out to me, and I had to read it a few times to kind of decipher it. And
Yeah, it's so short it enables you to read it a bunch of times.
Yes.
You know?
So, I'm going to pull my phone out just for context so I'm not just butchering it. But it says, "My son, if sinful men entice you, do not give in to them. If they say, 'Come along with us, let's lie in wait for innocent blood. Let's ambush some harmless soul. Let's swallow them alive like the grave and whole like those who go down to the pit. We will get all sorts of valuable things and fill our houses with plunder. Cast lots with us. We will all share the loot. My son, do not go along with them. Do not set foot on their paths. For their feet rush into evil. They are swift to shed blood. How useless to spread a net where every bird can see it. These men lie in wait for their own blood. They ambush only themselves. Such are their paths of all who go after ill-gotten gain. It takes away the life of those who get it."
Well, I think that most people aren't like, hey, Mitch, you want to go rob this guy? Or you want to go, this guy, you have to read between the lines and see that people
Yes.
are doing things that, they're not outright saying, let's go do evil, but they're doing evil things and you have to watch out for it.
Yes. And you know what I gathered from that is, you know, there's a big push for like one world government and, you know, like a kind of a communist movement right now. And what I got from that is, hey, like, let's take all the loot and spread it amongst ourselves, right? Let's spread it evenly. And, you know, they said, you know, this is like the NIV version. Mm-hmm. So it's a little bit different from the King James version. But, you know, in that version, it says, we shall cast a net to catch all birds. And, you know, to me, I decipher that as they're trying to capture all of those who are free and suppress them, right? So they want us to share all of the loot evenly and distribute it evenly, which they're pushing. And they want to try to suppress and catch all the birds with a net. And I mean, what are they doing with you know, they're pushing electric vehicles and all this stuff, and that's like kind of clipping a bird's wing, you know. If we're only allowed to travel a certain distance with these electric vehicles and stuff, then that limits our freedom. And it goes much deeper than that. So that's kind of what I gathered from that, you know, without going too deep.
Yeah.
What do you think, Jason?
Wait a second. Without going too deep. Get the fuck out of here. That's pretty deep, because I love the book of Proverbs. I love the first chapter. I love just the journey that I've had with God in that book. And, you know, what you said is like, yeah, don't hang around with those people that say, hey, let's come rob, cheat, steal. Like, that was deep. And then you went to like, wow, this is what,
like, do not set foot on their path.
Yeah. And so it's kind of funny because, you know, that's a verse, and it says it. You'll see in Proverbs there's the same verses, or it's similar, you know, and it's, you know, there's multiple authors, right, in Proverbs.
Yep.
You'll see it towards the end. So with that, there's two things, like kind of maybe three, that God taught me through that. One is that, you know, you can get a group of people to do things, but do the right thing.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And with that, it's like, okay, get good people and do good things, because what that's talking about is like, go get bad people and do bad things, whether you're the person following or the person calling. Now, I want to be the person that's calling, because that's a leader, right?
Yep.
And so therefore, like, I want to call people to good. And within that, so that's one thing. And the second thing that I've actually written about both of these things in my journal is that I don't think it's good ever to like tell someone what they do with their life. Like, there's been times I'll use in your life, and Patrick a lot, do this. And I think that's more like a father telling a son so he doesn't cut his hand off or burn his hand. Like, no, you got to do this. But when it comes to like, as when you're working with adults, like, I like to say, I'd recommend this, or maybe try this, but I never try not to tell someone to do something.
Yeah.
Because why?
Oftentimes that'll backfire, you know?
Yeah. What if it goes sour and you told them to do it?
Well, that, and, you know, some people will do the opposite of what you tell them to do just out of spite.
Well, there's a lot of fucking shit like that. Like, I don't even want to talk to those motherfuckers.
Right.
Well, that's
I won't
evil.
actually.
That's evil behavior.
I
Totally
won't talk
but-
to people like that. There's people like that in our organization. I'm not going to talk to people like that, and that's fine. But another thing is like, let's say you tell that person to do something and they get a big win. Is it a big win for them or you? It would be a big win for you. Be like, yeah, because I went through that. Maybe you're telling them through your mistakes. But if they made a choice to do it, how much better would it be for them?
Well, I mean,
So I wasn't even thinking government. That's kind of fucked up that you went that deep, because now, I mean, it's like, it's where you're at, and I love it.
yeah,
I'm like,
tinfoil
wow,
hat.
it was good. No, I mean, I'm like, oh, can I even remember what I just said? You know, because I can go with you. But But yeah, that's the way I see it. It's like there is going to be an element to the human that they want to follow someone. I do.
Yep. Yeah.
I do. I don't actually want to be a leader, but I want to be with a group of leaders. I am already. I mean, we wouldn't be sitting here doing this and paying for this if we fund this ourselves, by the way.
Well, I mean, the Bible says it. A fool will shun wise counsel, right? Like they will.
Yeah. See, it all goes together
Yeah.
with that shit.
So, and I try to seek wisdom, and it's hard sometimes to seek wisdom. It really is, and it's hard to apply.
Well,
the wisdom
wait a
that you
second.
seek
Wait
to
a
life.
second. Wait a second, though. To seek wisdom, yeah, because wisdom is the act of knowledge, right? So
Yes.
wisdom is the action.
Yep.
And so, like, people, no matter how much, say you tell me like everything about a situation, I'm still not going to know it like you. And then you have to be smart enough to take the counsel or the knowledge and then act upon it, which is wisdom.
Absolutely.
So then you pounce forward with that. Anyway, that verse. So, but I would say, like, what a great journey. That's cool that you're jumping into that.
Absolutely. And I've read it before, but there's a difference between reading it and studying it.
Well,
And
also
actually
it
trying-
changes for you every 6 months or something. If you're actively pursuing God, you should have deeper understanding.
Well, because you can connect it to what's going on in your life in that current moment
Yep.
and learn
Boom.
and apply it to those lessons that God or life is trying to teach you.
Yeah.
Right?
Was that you that called it a vitamin?
I don't know.
A medicine.
Someone.
It's like a hospital, you said, right?
Well,
No, I
saw
said
it-
the church is like a hospital.
Oh, that's what it
Oh
was.
yeah. No, I saw someone said there's 31 proverbs.
Sunday morning church can be a good hospital at times.
I think there's 31 proverbs. So someone said it's like taking a vitamin a day. If you read one a day.
Oh
each
yeah,
month.
there's
Yeah.
30. There's 30.
Or
I
30,
think.
yeah.
30.
I thought there's 31.
Is there?
I think
No.
there's 31. I don't know.
I don't know. I should know. Alls I did. I'm in Proverbs. What's the day today?
The 29th.
31 chapters.
Yeah, the 29th.
There's about 900 individual proverbs, though, within those 31 chapters.
Yeah, 31 chapters.
Dang.
So you can do one, and then you can keep track that day and pick up or whatever.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun. Yeah, vitamin each day. That's cool.
I love that.
I went 3 years when we were closing Back to the Roots. We closed the business before too. Actually, we have shuttered 2 businesses and I lost about $350,000. But it was like, I never went to college, so it's like my tuition and it's paid for. It's done. I have no debt.
That's
Anyway,
awesome.
I went like during this time knowing I had to close. This was the first business I ever closed, and I liked it. I actually loved it. What I loved was the potential. I was like, oh, it's so nice. And people, I mean, we own like a pub, and then this is like a nice coffee shop, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just people were so nice, and it was just felt good. And I played Josh Garrels all the time. You remember that?
Yep.
Pat doing dishes there, like 8 years old.
Like 14, but yeah.
Whatever. Anyway, I had 3 years. All I did Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, because I was seeking understanding. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. It was my business. It was my business partners. I don't care if they hear. I had fucking guys that thought that said they were business owners but didn't behave accordingly.
Now they gone.
So I had to chop their heads off and then fucking bring you guys on.
Metaphorically.
Yeah, metaphorically, but
But that led to the Grateful Crow.
yeah, it did. It did. What's there we go.
This is something that was sent to me by James. The beginning. This is Proverbs 4:7. The beginning of wisdom is this: get wisdom, though it costs all you have. Get understanding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Understanding is the one that I guess as I'm getting towards 50 that God is really putting in my life. I told you this not too long ago.
Yesterday.
Oh, it was yesterday?
Yeah.
I said that seek understanding, like in all situations. And we deal with like so many encounters. I think I have like 7,000 encounters a week. I'm like
Yeah.
17,000. Like so many encounters. And it's like I want to seek understanding in those encounters. Cause like today, 3:00, by the way, I need you guys there if possible. At least actually you the most.
Sure.
It's like I'm gonna I know it's an issue that I have to address, and so if I can seek understanding, then I can take my knowledge and then use wisdom as I encounter it. And that's why you'll hear it in Proverbs, being slow to speak. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so if
I like
you
that one.
slow to speak, then you can, you work it out. We talked about it earlier, stimulus, response,
Yep.
having a gap.
Absolutely.
Having a
Literally,
gap.
This Sunday at church, is what we talked about, was especially because of, how volatile things are right now. It was like, how does the world respond versus how does God call you to respond? And they did like a fake poll, like, voting. And it was like, they said, they had a bunch of people raise their hands, and it was like, should we be slow to speak? Should we be quick to speak, or quick to listen, or all these different things? And I was shocked at the number of people who raised their hands at like being angry and speaking their mind.
And
and all this. I was like,
I
holy
swear.
crap, dude.
Listen, I have a very short fuse right now, but I'm trying to hone it because it's a bullshit fucking monitor. And if it goes my intensity rises.
So I think you can attest. When I first started working for you, how short was my fuse?
Oh,
Are you talking like
I'm
like
going to tell
3
you
years
what.
ago?
I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to tell you now because where we're at.
Yep.
But most people, a majority of people, did not want to work with you.
Oh yeah,
I dealt with that a lot.
I can imagine.
Well, it's like, man, he's good. It was like, he's good at what he does. He's fast. He shows up. He's reliable. He's actually a good teammate, but he gets too irritated too fast.
Because I'm so passionate, and it's hard to rein that in.
Well, you have to look. That's,
And-
fucking A right it is. It's really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
It's-
there was a lot going on, man, at the time, politically
Yeah.
in my life, and
Yeah,
I was
I
just
know.
I was in turmoil constantly.
I know.
And
That's what I was talking about, dealing with stress.
yes. And I mean, I don't know about you, but I feel like I've been able to manage my stress, and my threshold for stress has gone up
Yeah,
tremendously.
I think it's
definitely.
about 120 instead of 180.
Mhm.
And I think you would attest to that. And I
Yep.
just came up. I never
Oh, it's
thought
not
about
perfect.
it. But no, what I'm saying is like, it's so much better now. But then it comes out once in a while.
Oh yes.
And the truth is sometimes it's good to come out. You just have to learn how to cage it and know when to come it out. When to have it come out, because it's like a coach on the sidelines, like I say all the time.
yeah.
But my problem is right now, and that's why I actually, if you are with our company, like we partially do this, and if you're not, know this, we partially do this. We actually, the number one reason we started this was a training system for our employees. And they can hear us bullshit about whatever. And sometimes we bring people on here, our teammates. I hate using the word employees. I was once told the definition of employee was slave. I was like, get the fuck out of here. And this motherfucker said it a lot. I saw this guy speak a lot of times. Chris Brady, Orrin Woodward.
Oh yeah.
They were like, I like those guys. I just don't like their business plan. I have a very short fucking fuse right now because I'm under high stress right now in multiple areas. And it's because this happens when I'm about to finish a project. It always happens. And God showed me that actually this morning is like, and my realizations, if you're a Christian out there, you understand. If you're not, it's like, hey, for me, I have a counselor.
Well, and
And so, yeah, but what I'm saying is that I have a short fuse, and I need to have stimulus and response just hold up. And that's not even me. That came out of Jimbo's mouth today, pretty much. And
Jimbo.
and then while I was listening to Jordan Peterson, it was like, he was talking about people dealing with high levels of stress, right? And we're probably going to hit some of that. But that's what I want to be. I want to be like tolerant, slow to speak, have a gap between stimulus and response, take the information, knowledge, and use wisdom when I come out, like a lot. And I'm only doing it in planned activities. I'm not really doing it
In the moment.
when fucking stuff comes out of the blue because I'm like, fuck you. What the fuck you talk? Last night the toilets went out in the whole building and they're freaking out. I was like, call the roto place.
Yeah,
Get
exactly.
it to blow out the lines. This happens once a month.
Someone flushes something they're not supposed to.
Yeah,
down the
someone
toilet.
put those damn tampons. People think like don't ever let someone use your washer and dryer, right? Because we owned a laundromat for a while. It's like people think just because it's like a machine and it works real good that you don't have to fuck around with it. I was that person. That's how I know. But anyway, let's get started.